Hey, and we're back, Queens Row, with yours truly, JQ. And I have Natasha Carter, commentator, host, beauty and lifestyle YouTuber. And I have the lovely Dwoods, multi-platinum selling singer, songwriter, dancer, and owner of Wood Grain Entertainment indie label, hailing from the ATL. And last but not least, I have Avia Hicks Chapman, hailing from Cali and Chi-Town. Okay, Miss Mixie.
Everybody got some nice intros, and I got Miss Mixie.
Well, what does she do? I mean, can you give her a proper introduction?
No, she's Miss Mixie. She's.
I got you.
Yeah. That's why, you know, we're gonna stay on Zoom for a while until I see her test results. So
I'm gonna sip to that
because you're always on the scene.
No, not through the pandemic.
I know you're always on the scene. You're gonna be the first one to catch it from a virtual meeting. Okay. Well, soon we'll be together. But I just want to, before we get into everything that's been going on, I want to pay respect to Chadwick Boseman. Oh my God. 43 years old, Wakanda forever. This is so sad. Like, I can't believe, you know, that he worked so hard. He threw, you know, cancer treatment through all of his pain without none of us knowing it, without it even showing until this year. And, you know, he leaves behind this great legacy for somebody so young, you know, and he's a fellow Bison. You know.
Okay.
HU.
Okay.
No.
We hype.
Yes. 3 out of the 4 of us went to HU, and we didn't go
My
there.
daddy went there. My daddy went to HU.
Okay. Legacy.
Right. You're honorary. You're honorary.
Honorary, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've seen you on the yard a few times. You've been there. I seen you.
I've been, you find me at a homecoming now. I was on the yard now, eating a whiting fish sandwich. I was out there.
Oh,
Gotta have it.
Okay.
Right.
yes.
Represent.
That's what's up. Okay, so you honorary now then. We got you on honorary status.
She's a perfect Bison. She should have went to Howard, but she was doing other things at the time that were more important.
She went to the PWI. She went to NYU.
I did.
Well, you should have went to Howard. We were waiting for you.
But it's all good. We together now, and you know, he's just gone too soon, but not forgotten. My niece was like, weren't you guys in school at the same time? I was like, no, I'm not that old. Stop. She was like, oh, didn't you go to school with him and Taraji? How do you think I am?
It's because black don't crack. She can't tell how old everybody is. That's what that is.
You can't tell. We're vamps in the face. You can't tell how old a black person is.
Yeah. But let's get right to the fuck shit. Brandy and Monica.
Dang.
Versus.
I'm personally, I knew the results of this battle because I am a Brandy stan, and I was ready to jump in and be like, if you don't know what to play, Brandy, I'll play my personal playlist because the hits in the catalog is deep, and she ain't even get into the album.
No, she didn't. She was playing nice.
Yeah, she was. I'm not a Brandy stan, but I knew she would kill it because Monica, she just doesn't have the catalog. You know,
I'm the biggest Brandy fan of all time ever since 1993. Thea, you know, Brandy is the reason why. Thea, okay. Thea.
That's before Brandy had braids too. That's the last time we saw Brandy without braids too.
Yeah.
Okay, when she had that little bob that was right here, that's when I was on Brandy ever since. Okay, and I think it was like watching an Eagles game because I was like, wait a minute. Brandy is clearly supposed to be winning this. What is happening? I feel like Monica came with so many hitters and Brandy played songs that didn't match the energy at the time, and she was getting beat. I was like, wait a minute, Brandy, you're supposed to be playing X, Y, and Z.
She wasn't getting beat. Brandy never got beat. The whole
it was kind of close at first.
It wasn't.
No, it was never close.
Let me tell you why.
It should not have been close.
Because Monica resonates with the streets and with the hood. And when Monica stepped out with that, now she came snatched, she came with the fashions, okay?
She came Fendi prints on.
Bohemian flower. And I was like, girl, come on, what are you wearing? You know, but
Monica's outfit got her points alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And is it Dwoods so much more? I mean, she started off as Miss Thing, so Monica always runs with this like confidence in this in your face. And then a lot more people who were in the chat probably resonate with her because she got street cred because she Rocco's her first baby daddy. She been holding it down for C Murder, you know what I'm saying? So it's like people just like think she's just that ride or die down ass chick. And Brandy has these like pop and like class
huge
over your head like hits.
Legendary.
It wasn't even on, it was too highbrow for a lot of the people. But see us, you know, real artists was like, no, don't you know that Babyface is on the track there? Don't you know that that's Gladys Knight featuring Gladys Knight? Monica ain't got no featuring Gladys Knight. She ain't got no ad-libs from Michael Jackson just because he came through to the studio and said, I feel like getting on the track.
I feel like fucking with you today.
He can't get
I have one comment to say, and I have two questions. So should I say the comment first? The comment is this: there was no competition. Like I put a poll on my IG, and the people that had sense knew that Brandy was going to win ahead of time, right? It was just it's a rhetorical question at that point,
right?
But so I never felt like Brandy was behind in what she played because I was like, girl, you got this. No matter what you play, you won. You already won before we started. So it doesn't even matter if it matches up, whatever, right? Brandy is the vocal Bible, okay? So you can't compete with anything that has to do with the Bible. But the two questions that I had nothing to do with who was winning. It was one, what was Monica wearing? Because, you know, honestly, in the chat, I was screenshotting some of the things, like people from Angie Martinez to Solange to Tyler the Creator.
It was pants.
Are those boots? Are those pants? Is that thigh-high situation? And then I realized it was a corset on top of leather pants with some flesh tone sandals. And we couldn't see
I could tell it was pants because, you know.
If you're on Apple Music, I heard it was easier to be able to tell that. But if you're looking at it from your phone on Instagram, it was harder to figure out the whole situation, right? Until she stood up. So that was my first question. The whole night, I'm like, what the fuck is she wearing? Like, it's cool. Right. What is it? The second question I had, and it's probably like a two-part question. What was the beef to begin with? Because honestly,
because Monica's jealous.
I think that's what it is. Because you could tell that they had a hashing out session prior to the Verzuz, but I feel like the hashing out session was like right before they went on. Because nothing could bring Monica in the same room with Brandy one-on-one. Well, I mean, there's other people in the room, but for something like that, unless there was a pandemic where you had the time and money was involved. And because those two factors played out, that's why we got what we got yesterday. And that's why 1.2 million people were watching for 3 hours, because I think everyone was just like amazed that they could come together. But I just want to know what the beef was. And to your point, Tasha, I think there is a sense of jealousy, and it came out in certain comments that Monica would say, like, oh, I didn't have—
There was a lot of shade.
No one called me for Cinderella. Yeah. No one called me for the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. And I think that Brandy has so many ties to these legends at such a young age.
Biggie, I didn't know about the Biggie thing.
Right. Monica had the good ATL producing. She had that in her pocket. But Brandy had Whitney Houston, Gladys Knight. She had like the features. She had the movies. She was on Cinderella, the movie with Diana Ross. She was on The Game.
Don't tell me
the Barbie.
Barbie
she had the Barbie. So I think
she better not bring out a Barbie.
But see, that's the difference in the trajectory of their career. They set Brandy up. They set Brandy up to be like. They set Brandy up to be America's sweetheart.
No.
Yes.
Those are probably worth like that's probably worth a lot right now.
Yeah, never open these.
They set Brandy up to
girl.
be. They set Brandy up to be this America's sweetheart, this like princess of of music and acting. Because she was going between both. Monica was just singing, and she was singing mostly, like urban, hip hop, R&B.
Right.
So it was like, even though Monica had the Space Jam soundtrack, it was like, but she was basically going to be in an urban lane, like a black lane, whereas Brandy was singing crossover records from day one. And that's just, and the sad thing is, like, they were pitted against each other just because they're two black women,
right,
girls at the time. And it's really not, it really shouldn't be a beef between them two. It really should be a beef of like, between their teams.
Right.
Their teams trying to like cancel one out, because why can't we have one who's the hood chick and one who's the bougie black girl? But Brandy's also kind of hood too, and that's what was like the demise of her image when she got pregnant, and they tried to do that whole fiasco and act like she was getting married.
And the car accident too. Remember the car accident she was involved in and someone got killed?
That was so sad.
Yeah. Vehicular manslaughter.
Right.
Yeah.
But I
think all that really has affected her psychologically, because she was always living up to this thing, kind of similar to Whitney Houston, where Whitney Houston was made up to be this like American princess, but she a hood chick from North.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I don't know how.
Yeah. So you know where my allegiance lies.
Huh?
Brandy,
you already know where
house, girl.
Mine. These have never been open. Never.
Did you
been
have
open.
your dolls watch
never
the Verzuz too? Line them up. Wait, I just have to point out. I just have to point out the shade was so thick last night. Like, people thought it was slight, but it wasn't.
And this is why I'm exhausted.
Like, it was parts where Brandy was like, we're almost like a group, and Monica's like, no, we're not a group. Or Brandy would bring up the fact that they should go on tour, and she was just like,
Hold up, pause
Brandy
right
would play
there.
a song, Monica would act
right
like she
there.
didn't know it, but she was
Brandy was playing, but Monica's like, yo, we're not that close for you to be playing with me like that.
But that's why I feel like them hashing it out had to be super fresh, because Monica still wasn't over that shit. I'm like, this conversation.
Let me hold my
No, but that moment when Brandy went acapella with the change no coming, she was like, join that, I'll take it up for you.
Oh, she was showing out. She was showing.
She was showing. Take it up. You wasn't up. Okay, gotcha.
You can't catch on to the chord. You can't hear the note. I'm gonna take it up a key for you so you can hear, or you can't. Still, I was like, damn.
But then even with the boy's mind, how Brandy explained it, she's like, well, I had this track, and I just felt like it wasn't complete, and that's when I asked for you. And it was like,
the truth.
Yeah, she really put her on Front Street. Like, this is clearly your song. And you really are the reason why Monica's on it, and you want the world to know. I am.
Yeah, because it was on the Never Say Never album.
It was on both of their albums.
And
Brandy's album came out a month before Monica's.
And then her album is called The Boy Is Mine. But this is the reason why I am emotionally exhausted. To see them and their energy, I was exhausted. I'm like, okay, I can't put my finger on what is happening right now. I just wanted to experience both artists. You know where my allegiance lies, but I'm just saying, all the back and forth, it just seemed like they couldn't catch on to each other's banter. And I don't know if it was purposeful shade. Because sometimes when you're talking to somebody and they're very witty, they'll just come right back with it. But it was a lot of it, and goddamn it, I was tired. I was like, can you just press play? Because I can't anymore, and I just want y'all to press play. Stop talking. I don't give a damn about the backstory. I don't care about y'all not going on tour together. I don't care about y'all not speaking for 8 years for no damn reason. I don't care about Monica being jealous that she don't have 5 Barbie dolls. It doesn't matter. This is the past. Everybody everybody has bangers. Everybody has a lane for someone. And it should have been more on that Jill Scott, Erykah Badu tip, but they don't.
No, they really don't like each other. So let me just give you some of the history. Dallas Austin said that Monica punched Brandy out before the 1998 VMAs.
I heard that.
Oh, okay. I do remember that floating around back then.
And then Monica, I think 2010, 2012, something like that, she got on the radio and said the story, was true, that she did knock Brandy out. So.
And that's why when she said, kick down your doors to smack your chick, and they were joking about that. And she was like, no, I would never do that, only in a relationship. I get it now.
Yeah,
that
so.
happened to Brandy.
Yeah, something physical went down, and they did try to be friends in like 2012, but had a falling out when they did that. Remember, they had another duet together.
It was called like Begging and Pleading, right?
No. Yeah. It flopped. Whatever it was, it totally flopped.
It was another song. I forgot what it was called. But...
it was a duet. It was supposed to be like The Boy Is Mine Part 2 or whatever. So like it's always been static. But Brandy lost me with the poems. She lost me opening up.
Not even Moesha on. I felt like I was at the Den and Andel.
She lost me with the
Me too.
I was like, go ahead.
Whatever. The Debbie Allen outfit, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, and the coat. I mean, what was that? The amazing Technicolor dream coat. Like, what was that?
Yeah, those brands. I just feel like Monica was great.
And the white shoes.
Monica.
Oh, Erykah Badu said Brandy wore those shoes to be funny.
To throw like. I don't even think she was doing all that. I think that was just coincidental.
She might have.
I don't think she
why
thought
would she
that
put them shoes on like that?
No, I think that's her style.
Yana had some shoes like that on a couple months ago. I just feel like Monica was like grade A, nice, nasty. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know how to, I think the energy was overwhelmingly tiring because it's like you were trying to watch two people get along that were not getting along. Like clearly they were there for a check. That's really what it was. Right. I think Brandy was really trying, and Monica was like,
Yeah, Brandy was trying to put on a full-on show, and coming from like TV, she was giving that sitcom energy, and Monica's like, yo, no, this is like, an intimate, I just want my music to, be appreciated type of thing. But I want to get into New York City being dead. So people are saying New York City is dead.
I had all these other last weekend. I don't know.
What did you say, D?
So I had a great time last weekend. I don't know what y'all.
Yeah, same here. They're saying every other.
Well, I'm Nixie, so I have a great time every week. Right.
I know you do. And they're saying this about every Philly too, Natasha. They're saying this about every Northeast.
Philly's definitely the fuck dead.
Okay. Hold on. So what's going on?
Is that good or bad? Because I feel like things just be popping off.
I mean, I don't know, but Philadelphia's been dead. Philadelphia is like Iraq, You can't even really chill or go nowhere without the fear of gun violence. And I know people are going to hear this and be like, I'm joking. I'm not joking. And
so it's like Chicago.
I feel like the spirit of fun and all this type of stuff in Philly, it's real. It's mad real out here. It should not be this real. In this place. So, but why is New York dead? I don't know.
I mean, I definitely feel it's changed. Like the streets are a lot emptier. There's tons of people moving out of my building. I see moving vans almost on every block.
This is the busiest summer all moving companies have ever had in the history of I said this is the busiest summer all moving companies have ever had in like the history of their companies because moving.
Is this a fact?
Yes.
There's like what is it? It was like 13,000 vacancies in Manhattan alone.
Yeah.
So basically, Tasha, everybody's moving out of the city to go to like to the outskirts or to even different states because if you're working from home at this time, you don't even have a need to be in the city. So you might as well get more bang for your buck and get an actual house with backyard if you have kids and everything like that. And so people are they're just dipping.
I saw that Bermuda is granting work from home visas for Americans. And I was like, Bermuda, that sounds nice.
Oh, wow.
Right.
I could do my little things in Bermuda. I ain't got to be in New York.
Wow.
You don't. Not in the coronavirus.
Yeah, I mean, some of my other friends, they're like moving to Jersey, you know, moving to PA. They're Long Island.
But not only that, the businesses are gone. I mean, like mom and pop shops to chain stores, everything. You go to Soho. So I don't know how Soho is now, but I remember going like a month and a half ago, and I think the only stores that were open were like Zara and CB2. Like it was not looking like the shopping mecca of the city. I wouldn't say that New York is dead. I would say that it has just contracted a sickness, and it could make it or it just could not. Like it's not on life support yet, but it's on its way. Like,
no, it's like going back to like the 70s and 80s New York. I mean, the homeless people are all around. They just, you know.
Didn't you just tell me that someone got attacked by homeless people? Like 2 people?
3 people I know have been attacked by homeless people.
Why are they
2 are women, 1's a guy.
I don't want to ask
crazy.
Why.
Okay, Mayor de Blasio let out a lot of different prisoners, right, because of COVID. So you have everybody that's released in the streets. There's a lot of mentally ill people running around. They turned a lot of hotels on the Upper West Side into kind of like halfway houses for them, you know, for this time being. So
it's like that in Philly too. It's they have camps set up. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Rocky Steps. It's like a place where they had the Made in America festival every year. They have this huge camp set up, and that's where they live. They have like a community there. And every time I pass by them, I give everybody, I see like $1 or something, because I know I'm like, I don't need this $1.
You give everybody.
So that may
how many dollars is that by the time you pass?
Yeah, you balling.
I give homeless people money because I don't need $1. I don't need $1, but they may appreciate $1. So I have $1, I will give it to them, whether they need it or not. It doesn't matter. But they do have these things. Unfortunately, I mean, I hate to hear people are being attacked. I have not been attacked, but I do see
that's because you giving them money,
and
right,
more homeless people in the streets.
I haven't been attacked because they know not to attack me.
Right. I'll pay my fare.
Give them $5 sometimes. Here you go. You know, they appreciate that. And then you will be blessed as well. They may really like the $1 and $5 that you give them. But I think that this is an act of God, dog, because like New York, honestly, it's too many people up in there. Okay, it was too many people keep moving to New York. I was like, why do people keep ain't no space? And then what's the man that was like, the rent is too damn high, that politician? The rent is honestly too damn high. They're going to have to flip it and reverse it. They're going to have to do something about it because people are getting those U-Haul vans and they're getting up out of there. So I think if this continues, you're going to see the city of New York try to rearrange and reevaluate what they're going to do, because if they have so many vacancies, I mean, that's really, really bad for business. And maybe it needed to happen. Maybe they need to be shown like, yo, y'all doing too much. I mean, it's too high, and these apartments are too small.
Like you were saying, JQ, like the vacancy that's in my building, and I'm walking around my building looking at apartments like we might want to move upstairs. I'm not sure.
Right. The penthouse
going
on. Girl, you could just set up your own camp. You don't even need to ask them. Just move some of your stuff up there.
Just go.
Let's talk about that man that you sent us the he sent out the one ad for the wife mother. Like,
yeah, he went viral.
He sent out a one ad.
He put up an ad on Instagram.
He has a 4-year-old daughter.
She's
yes.
a
He lives
beautiful
in
little girl.
Ohio. He lives in Ohio. He's military, so thank you for your service. He's
And nobody
He's
going
not
27
bad
years
looking,
old.
and he wants
How
more
old is he?
27.
And he has that Southern hospitality twang. You could tell he's really
No,
about
he's
family and
Midwest.
settling
Yeah,
down. Oh, he sounds like he's straight up from the South.
So he has
He's
two
from,
children
he's
or
from
one?
Memphis.
One.
But
There's
he
one
wants
daughter.
more. My
Well, he
question
literally put out this
is,
ad saying he's looking for a best friend, a stepmother, a wife, a this and this and that.
someone who can
type of
grow
guy.
a
He has-
business together.
Right.
He put his business plan in the
Stable.
one ad of where he wants to go with his business, how much he
Right.
wants to make, how many days a week that he's unavailable because he's still on Army Reserve. you know,
Right.
duty.
I appreciated that schedule though.
Okay. I think
need
that's
to know what I'm getting
positive, but is
myself
there?
into before I
Laid
apply.
it out. My
Oh,
question
I'm not
is, where
applying.
is
He's
the
too
baby
young for me.
mama? Where he
You
never
like the
answered
old
that.
ones.
Where's she at?
Well,
Where's
if he's
she at? Sway.
Is she living or is she unable?
She's Asian.
Because
That's
if
all
he
I
has
know.
a daughter full time, maybe she's unable right now. That
But
there's
clearly-
no shame in that.
We don't know.
No,
where she
there
at.
is shame in that. For a man to get full custody means you have
Well,
to be damn near crackhead.
no,
Mom.
it happens a lot. Just because you have a baby doesn't mean you can be a mother to this child. Okay, so sometimes you
Exactly.
want to step it up.
Dude,
They
she had
gotta be
9
like,
months
okay,
to
well,
figure
I
out
got-
that though.
But come on, as
No,
a woman, we get priority in the courtroom. We get priority. So for a woman to be denied, custody means
She's
she must be
unable.
horrible.
She's unable.
Maybe she relinquished her
Yeah.
custody. Maybe she didn't want it.
Like
It's
I said,
these
she
very
did
common.
Did not lay out. He didn't
Yeah, we
say
need
any
to
of this,
know.
so we got questions.
Yeah, we got
Right.
questions.
Maybe
Who's
he-
applying? I'm not. He's too. I like men with salt and pepper hair. Who's applying?
I'm not.
I think Tasha should apply.
I don't know.
Tasha,
I
you
don't
should
know.
apply. You're looking for love.
You
don't
know,
want to be a stepmom yet?
listen, men got kids.
Hey, look,
okay?
you can practice on her and really make it.
And we can have another one.
Yeah, and then you can. Yeah.
Like, you know what?
We getting married.
I think you should apply, Natasha. Like, just go. You're
Okay,
ready.
I'll hit him
She's
up, but I'm
ready.
not going to Ohio.
He will probably come to you. That's
said
how
he's
desperate
willing
he
to come
seems
to
right
He
now.
said you get flued out.
You get flew down.
You can
I
get
like
flued out to
dudes
Ohio,
like
girl.
that.
You think Philly's dead? Ohio's really dead. Ain't nothing going on over there.
There's no way.
It's okay.
There's no
You're
way.
gonna be busy being
There's
a
not.
stepmom. There's no.
But you ain't gotta be afraid of getting shot.
We can move. No, me and him are moving to DC.
Okay.
We're moving to DC. He can live on Andrews Air Force Base or wherever they be at.
Andrews.
Okay. And live our best lives.
Well,
Okay.
I guess Natasha's
Send
applying.
her the
I'm
link.
not
Send
applying.
her the link, JQ. She about to apply. We're gonna have a wedding special
Send the
in
group
like the
chat.
next
Check
4
it out.
episodes.
Find your.
Yeah, I'll support
Wait,
that.
is he cute?
He looks.
I know
he's decent looking.
He's nice looking.
He's a decent looking man. He looks very pleasant. He looks like he has home training. He's not fine. He's not ugly.
He has
Most
no
dudes
training.
are
He's not
ugly.
fine.
Look, he made a beautiful daughter. That little girl is a precious. So he not worried
And
about
you
Guys,
will
I
come
think he likes
after,
Asian
listen,
women, 'cause his
Natasha,
daughters-
you'll come after the baby mama, the daughter, his mama, the grandma, his female friends, all that. You'll be in 4th, 5th place by the time you.
I think so many girls have
No,
probably
I'll be in
sent
first
his
place.
DMs.
You in first place. You
can't be in
I'll
first
be in
place.
first
He has a
place. Don't worry
daughter. You
about it.
can't be
Yeah,
in
you
first
gotta
place.
start fresh with someone with no kids.
Yeah, the daughter will be in a daughter's place, okay? And a woman will be in a woman's place. There's 2 places here. You don't compare a woman to a child. Like you don't compare your wife
I don't know,
to your daughter. Everybody
He's
has
really about his.
He
everybody has a
said
place.
the woman, the woman of his life is his daughter.
Yeah,
Yep.
he did say that.
Of course,
I
because he
remember
doesn't
reading
have
that.
a wife. He's being a good man. He should put his child as priority because he has to be the voice for the voiceless.
Yeah.
But when you get a woman in your life, that's when you balance it out,
So question, okay, how many kids is too many kids?
1 for me.
3.
I ain't trying to be stepmama.
We can't discriminate like
Like,
that.
oh, really?
Yeah,
That's so
1.
nice. Congratulations. We can be.
No, I feel that.
One is
If you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it.
I mean,
I'm never gonna discriminate, but because and I'm like, yo, I'm selfish. I'm sorry. It's like I want to start fresh. I don't want to be obligated to take somebody on that I didn't sign up to bring into the world. So it's like I could be part of your village, but I don't want you to like look at me like I need to be mama, like signing up to be mama. That's not what I want to do. I have a lot of guy kids. I like kids. It's not like I don't like kids. I'm actually a big kid myself. So we're probably gonna have more fun, me and the kid, and you're gonna have both of us gonna be on punishment because we both jumping up and down on the bed or whatever. But
How do you go about finding out how many kids someone has? Like, is that just a question?
I ask them.
Well, how do you fit that
better tell me the first time.
How do you fit that into the conversation? Because I've met a lot of guys who feel like
straight up, oh, your name is
interview
so you got
them.
kids?
Like, what do you do? How many kids do you have? And take the tally of those stats.
Okay.
So how do you ease it into the conversation?
As a woman, if you had kids, people would know, right? Are you ashamed of your children?
Some women are.
Okay, so that should be a part of the conversation. That should be a part of the conversation, period. Okay, you have kids. That's nothing to be ashamed of. So if you're hiding your kids, that means something is wrong with you. Why do I got to put a gun to your head to figure out if you got kids or not?
So
that's
if you're on the second date with a guy and that's when you found out he had a child, would you feel like he hid his child the first date?
No, that's the second date. No.
So it's like everyone has their own time frame of when they should know about something like that.
Second date is early.
I feel like it should be a part of the first conversation
but you
because
know about that,
why
right?
waste my time? Why have me waste your time? You know?
I have to know if you're a Christian or spiritual or agnostic or atheist. How many kids do you have? What do you do for a living? Do you have a good relationship with your family? So you be interviewing
these dudes. That's what it sounds
like.
They be lying.
They don't like that. Girl, you better use your acting skills and act like, oh, look at that child over there. He's so cute. Do you have any?
No. They hit me with 21 questions. I hit them right back.
So how many kids is too many for you? I'm gonna say, wait, let me guess. I'm gonna say 3.
You got it right.
Yeah.
You know me.
Do I know you? How many baby mamas though? They got like 2 kids and 8 baby mamas. I mean, the math is off, but still, whatever. If it's like a future situation.
Yeah, that's 2. Yeah, no.
Sometimes it be some good guys.
Maybe 2 baby mamas. That's it.
2 baby mamas is too much, and 3 kids is too much.
I just feel like he don't make good choices.
Yeah, like I respect it if you made the mistake twice. I can understand.
You don't want to be
you did it one time.
Not a mistake. It was written.
He was like, I'm not about to be the 3rd mistake.
No.
Well, hold on. Well, this wouldn't be no mistake, okay?
But these are not mistakes, ladies. These things are written, okay? These are not mistakes.
But if you talk to some of them,
so
they will depict it as a whole mistake. And it's like, well, if you make mistakes like that of a whole life walking around here, then I can't trust your judgment in me.
Say that. Even if it wasn't intentional. How can you say that a child is a mistake? You better shut up and ask me questions.
And they say it. They be like, I wasn't even trying.
Right.
Wow. But you
was trying.
So you did try. Right.
You did try.
Right.
You didn't try not to.
What if the condom broke? And then she was pro-life.
There is naloxone 9 in there. Most people with a condom breaking do not get pregnant, okay, because they had all that stuff rubbing up in there that was anti-pregnancy.
On that?
They never use no condom.
Girl, condoms be breaking.
Okay, but you usually don't get pregnant from that because the chemicals that are in the condom have anti-sperm and HIV medicine in them.
What?
So,
wait a minute.
HIV.
What?
Yes. Yes.
this?
All
No,
of them.
you cannot be giving out false information.
What's the technical term for the anti-HIV
Y'all need
medicine?
to talk to some doctors. You even if they break, using it is a good start. Most people who get pregnant ain't even using the damn thing.
Right.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then it's like unless you fucking on your ovulation days, you ain't getting pregnant either.
You ain't getting pregnant anyway. Exactly.
Okay, well, let's backtrack because I never heard an answer from Natasha. How many kids is too many kids?
I said 3 because sometimes good ones be having 2, but if they have a certain amount of money, maybe they can pay for some nannies, something of that nature. I don't know.
Okay, so we're on the same page then with the 2 or less.
But if you got 2 kids, they don't have a lot of time, okay? They don't have a
and
lot
I
of
want
time.
to travel and I want to go places and I want you to blow money on me. I can't compete with daycare and braces.
Honestly, if I was with a guy that had a lot of kids, whatever a lot could be, 2, 3, I would almost feel guilty of the time that he was spending with me because I'm just like, you could be spending this time with your child, I would, because of the person that I know that I am. Because of the person that I know that I am, quality time is number 1 on my love languages. It's like all the languages by far. And I would want that quality time from him. But the amount of quality time I would want from him would make me feel bad about him possibly neglecting his kids to be around me. And I would say something to me about him.
But it's like balance.
Yeah, I gotta find myself a Libra.
You're still a human being. You still need affection. You still need love. You still need intimacy along with your kids, even if you were married. I mean, you still need some type of balance.
That's too many. Because I would just be like, how are you spreading out? You gotta work. You gotta take care of these kids, and you gotta see me. Then you gotta have a.
They be finding time.
There's only 24 hours in the day. You're sleeping for at least 6 or 7 of them.
Okay, but for all the ladies out there who want to apply for this 27-year-old military,
that's Natasha.
You know who got 3 kids?
Let me just give out his IG. His IG is I am Bashad. I am BASHAAD. I am Bashad. You can apply to be his wife. Yes, Bashad. You can apply to be his wife, friend, and business partner and stepmom.
That sounds like a job, man.
He gotta put it for me.
Do I get benefits?
I don't like the whole application thing because I am accepting applications and applications will close around September 22nd. Okay. That's when applications are closing for 2020. And I'm not putting in applications for these Negroes. That's doing too much.
Are you on any dating apps?
No, I
meet
dudes in the wild. I meet them in the wild. That's how
in the wild.
That's where I don't want to meet them. That's where I don't.
I ain't doing no dating apps. I ain't doing no dating apps.
Well, maybe you should change
in their natural habitat.
Yes, you have to feel their energy. On a dating app, you can't see if this person's a psychopath. You gotta look at their damn vibe.
Yes, you can. I have a good sense of vibe through an app. I don't. Oh, okay.
That's why I just go out in these streets.
But you know what? Dating apps aren't good. Dating apps aren't good. They put you in a certain category when you meet them off of a dating app.
What do you mean?
I don't think so.
What's the category? If you're on the dating app and they're on the dating app, y'all in the same category.
They put you in a category.
Who's they?
I'm telling you. Those guys.
What's the category?
The algorithm guys?
Right. Is it an
algorithm? You're going to be a dating app chick.
But they're on the app too. So what does that mean?
Oh, if they meet you on the dating app, then you'll be.
They're not going to take you seriously. I'm telling you.
That's not true. My best friend got married from a guy that she met on Tinder 2 years ago.
Yeah, I have a friend that got married to a she met on Tinder and they had a baby in January.
Yeah.
How old is this? How old are they? And what's their ethnicity?
Black, 35.
They're Black, African American, Haitian, mixtures of the diaspora, and they're I believe like 28 and 29.
Okay. That's like the two exceptions.
Okay, so my question is this. For the people that are anti-dating apps here.
Yeah, he got a good ass job. I was like, dang, he ain't got no brother.
Anti-dating apps.
I'm saying anti meaning like you rather meet someone in real life and you're just not on the apps. During a quarantine or a pandemic, how are you meeting these men? Like in
at the grocery store.
In the wild.
No. This is
in the wild. Where is the wild at?
This is where they at, girl.
I need a Google map.
In the produce section.
You need to invest in some high athleisure, okay? You need to go somewhere and run up some damn steps and snatch that waist, okay? You need to put on a crop top. You need to put on some Nikes and some damn leggings and take your ass outside and jog, okay? They will be stopping in the middle of the street, throwing money at you, begging for your phone number.
That's a Philly thing. They don't do that in the streets of New York.
They were fine, okay?
I'm scared to do that in Brooklyn. I don't want to get it. I'm scared for
you may get hit by a homeless person. They may attack you.
What did you say? Or go to an affluent place where people just trying to vibe out, okay? Wherever that is outdoors. That's how I've been meeting men in the pandemic, and they've been coming like hotcakes. They've been coming like buses every 15 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. Abundance.
Right.
Okay,
what I'm telling you, ladies, they're hungry. They want a wife.
I don't want.
They want to come home.
That hungry.
The strip
you
clubs
be
are
closed. Anybody that's running down the track.
No. I've met the most high quality men on the streets. I'm telling you.
I feel you.
I've met deans. I've met doctors, optometrists, deans. I mean,
and more deans.
All you gotta be like,
so,
hey,
D, what were you saying?
Huh? Me?
What were you saying?
Oh, I said I'm afraid to put on some of the stuff that I know will attract men because all the time I don't want the attention because they gonna come, and it's like I ring the bell and they all gonna come. So I have to be very selective of when I can wear, what I can wear, what route I'm taking, when I'm wearing it, where I'm going, how I'm getting home, what time it's gonna be. I always have to think about that.
Morning.
Sometimes I'll be like
morning. And you need a bodyguard. You might need a bodyguard. Morning. Morning, you might need somebody, walking a little bit.
Morning and after work.
This sounds like a lot of work.
Ain't
this
no
is
damn
why the dating apps are. Yeah, you need a bodyguard. You need to make sure you're not wearing something too revealing, but a little bit revealing. But then you got to be in a certain neighborhood.
I go off vibes.
It's like a lot of
I'm
scheduling.
a very spiritual person. I go off vibes. I can't do this dating app. I don't know what the hell is this person doing.
I will say this. I'll vouch for them to a certain extent because for me, I feel like it's like online shopping, right? So it's like you're shopping, and then you see something you like, you put it in the cart.
I hate online shopping. I can't try it on.
Okay, I get that, but we're not in a position where you can be trying things on here, there, and everywhere unless you're trying to risk your health like that. You know what I'm saying? So
what hell? Wear a mask.
Okay.
You can't wear a mask.
I don't know. You let me know how strong the vibe is.
Wear a mask.
I ain't never got the virus.
Right. I don't have to worry about a mask when I'm online shopping. That's just one thing. And I feel like
yes, you do when you meet them.
You know the funny thing is, more dudes be trying to pull over when I have my mask on than when I don't, and I be like, maybe about
crazy.
This like.
Yeah, it's the mystery.
Because the eyes are window to the soul.
And they can still tell you're pretty.
Yeah.
They still see
I feel like an Egyptian princess when I have my mask on. I just want to do some belly dancing. That's how they be acting. They don't even know how you look.
I be wearing my shades and my mask, and they're both black. I be feeling like Darth Vader, and they still be like, "Oh, hey sis, hey girl." I'm like,
"Hey Slim Goody, hey Slim Goody."
I can't see nothing. Don't even try.
That's what they like.
I be like,
and we was all feeling sorry for the women over in Iraq and the Middle East. Like you're being suppressed. You're not being able to. Like this is how you pull them, girl. You cover it.
You cover it up. They was out here winning.
I heard a lot of men say it turns them on to see that because they're trying to figure out what we look like underneath.
Meanwhile, I don't get attracted to that when I see a guy with a
eyes.
mask. I'm like, you have to have nice teeth. I need to see your teeth, and I can't be like, ooh, who's
No,
that? 'Cause I
some
gotta
of
see
them
what your
be
mouth looks
cute.
like. If you don't have all
Dental
your
Sometimes they got a cute
hygiene is
hairline.
high on the list. Like, if you got plaque buildup around your gums, sir, I'm sorry.
God.
I'm sorry.
you don't have all your teeth, like noticeable
I'm
teeth,
sorry.
like the side teeth and everything.
Mm.
Like I like gaps, but it has to be a certain level of a gappage. Like I'm very particular about.
Sometimes I feel like foreign men be having big gaps, so I don't care about a gap. Sometimes foreign men be, I'm like, why y'all always got these big ass gaps? Because
Foreign
I
girls?
don't know. But sometimes they still, I feel like a lot of foreign men in the African diaspora have gaps. Yeah, I do.
But you can't go nowhere now. That's what I'm saying. All you can do is go to the track, go to the grocery store.
Nah, dog. There's
But
so
no
many
benefit.
guys
Everything's
out here,
virtual.
yo.
You gonna meet them at a protest?
No.
I guess. I mean, hey, I'm not against that, but it's just like
You meet
it's
them doing
limited.
push-ups on the street somewhere. I don't know.
What?
No. You meet them going to Whole Foods or a very nice grocery store in a nice neighborhood. Do all of your shopping in the wealthier area.
I gotta leave my neighborhood.
I'm into perfect bodies, so I go to where they're working out. I like a nice physique. Because I believe I'm physically superior to most men. I am. And so when I meet guys, I'm like, you're not strong enough. I can beat you in push-ups. I can do all of these things. So I'm looking for a masculine man with muscles and is stronger than me. It's hard to find a man that's stronger than me, so that's what I'm looking for.
Well, are the gyms open?
Oh,
they open in New York tomorrow. So
I don't fuck with
out
gyms.
there in Philly.
Yuck.
Yeah. Our gyms haven't really fully opened yet.
No, they're
You
opening
can't
tomorrow.
breathe.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
I've been
I
to
guess
a
I get a
mess.
spot
It's
to meet
impossible.
somebody
It's
at
impossible.
the gym.
get out there, him with the
Or the leg machine where you do that. I feel like all the girls do that machine. I'm like, you don't even know what you're doing, girl. Just sit there.
So what?
The hamstring. He said, so what? You use that machine.
Yup.
So we never had a chance to talk about Jacob Blake, and before we decided to do this, after we decided to do this, Jacob Blake happened, and it was just really, really traumatizing to see that happen again, in our country. And since just yesterday, another Black man was shot in LA.
The one that just had the gun and put it down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, this whole, it keeps happening again and again and again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's, protesting, civil unrest everywhere. Some of these protesters are protesting for separate issues than what we're out there for. So it's
the white boy, the 17-year-old white boy who came out protesting the protesters and ended up killing 3 people.
Yeah.
right.
Kyle Rittenhouse or whatever his name is.
Had him on his back and said,
Right. Exactly. I mean, it's really, really disgusting. And this is not a political show or anything, but to witness this and not feel disgusted and not feel like there's a problem with the police is insane to me, and unfortunately we're at the point where, a lot of people are on either side of the fence. I mean, it has divided the country, families, friends, everybody. So I say that to say that everyone has to go out and vote. Everyone has to go out and vote. Everyone has to really put forth, their power as a citizen to fix this. And we can fix it on a local level to a national level.
Well, that's where it's going to happen on a local level. I mean, because these are happening in people's actual communities, and these people are wilding out. These cops are losing their minds in every little town, every little village. And you know what? It's enough is enough. What's the point of having cops if they're doing more harm than good? So we really have to be vigilant in how we are holding them accountable on a local level and I think that goes honestly even beyond voting. It goes to knowing who is a part of your police department, who's your police captain, holding them accountable in that regard. And I mean, I know it's so hard because it's like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? But we are the people. They're supposed to be protecting us. We're not supposed to be protecting ourselves against the cops. They're like slave catchers out here. Y'all just out here just like vigilantes trying to entrap people and then kill them in front of our faces constantly, day after day on film. And we tired of it. And you know what? They just going to keep... Don't get us started again. Don't get us hyped. And that's exactly what's going to happen. We need to tear some more stuff up because they're not listening. And we're done with it. We can't live like this.
I just, you know what I hate about this is that you have these people that love to compare Black on Black crime to these situations.
I can't stand that.
As if it's the same when they say like, oh, well, you guys should stop killing your own people. No, this is not apples and apples. This is about a force who gets paid to protect us. And we have to protect ourselves against this force. And we have no rights against this force. And this force protects each other. There is a fraternity and a brotherhood within the police academies and precincts. And it's just so much blood on their hands, hiding different things and covering up different things and looking out for each other. That it's like, it's really a war on us against them. And they should be the ones protecting us. So when people bring up this whole Black on Black crime thing, I'm like, there's just as much, if not more, white on white crime. Don't even bring that shit up. That has nothing.
But wait a minute. You never even heard white on white crime, right? That's not even a thing. They only bring up Black on Black crime to invalidate our problem. White people are killing white people all the time, but they don't say white on white crime is gonna rise in 2020. They just say Black on Black crime. Yo, miss me with this Black on Black crime.
Oh, but we can name the countless schools, churches, movie theaters, clubs, and concert spaces where I've seen countless white on white crime. So it's like we aren't these people, and we were never out to get them. They've always been out to get us. Like their fear is that we're going to do what they do against them, and we've never been that. You know what I'm saying?
Never.
That's what really, really enrages me, and it's just like all we're trying to do is survive, and that's all we've been trying to do ever since we were brought across the Atlantic Ocean to work for these people. So it's just
Well, my biggest thing with the police is that, you know, how can, if I work retail and my register comes up short, I'm fired. But a police officer can make so many mistakes and he's covered by so many different organizations and laws that have been put in place to protect a policeman's job. And I just can't agree with that. You know, you can't tell me, I basically put in the wrong order or there's complaints against me and I'm fired. But police officers are basically so protected, it's almost impossible to, relieve them of their duties. You know, and I'll leave it right there. You know, but I wanted to hear about you ladies, if you guys ever had any bad or positive interactions with police.
Of course. First of all, I'm about to go to court on the 15th over some police. I will never go to Point Pleasant Beach ever again in New Jersey because I feel like I was entrapped I was with some coworkers who are not in the African diaspora, but I was singled out while I was going to the trunk of my car in the parking lot of a restaurant.
What?
And charged with, I was charged with public drinking, okay? I was not drinking anything, but they saw me getting something out of my trunk. We were leaving. We were going home. And they caused a spectacle, and they never told me why they were holding me. And I was like asking them, okay, what's going on? As soon as I asked them something, back up. So all these cops come. I'm in booty shorts and a bathing suit because I'm at the beach. They got all these cops. They're harassing me. They're not telling me what I did wrong. And I was just like, yo, y'all trying to humiliate and violate me in front of all of these people. They gave me a $400 ticket. And I'm fighting them in court over it. Now, granted, that is not anything to the magnitude of being killed or hurt or anything like that. But when people say Black Lives Matter and things like that, this is what we're saying. We are all together. It doesn't matter what you do in life. It doesn't. Certain cops will single you out, harass you, and violate you. And you are helpless. You are helpless in that moment. You have no rights. If you move the wrong way, if you pick up the wrong thing, all these cops, what are they going to say? She was holding a weapon. I was thinking of so many things to keep myself alive in that moment, because what the cop was instructing me to do was shit that looked like I had a weapon in my hand. And I was like, you know what? She about to have me messed up in the game. She wanted action.
This was not Pleasant, New Jersey?
This was in New Jersey, yes.
What city?
It was some crap called Point Pleasant. Don't ever go there. It's like going to Rosewood.
The beach. Yeah.
What was you saying, Dee?
Yeah. I was saying the scary thing is like, because we've seen the videos, of course, we see a lot of the videos of the tragedies that happen with Black men, but there are videos of young Black girls, like teenagers, with cops slamming them. There was like a pool party. It was like a 15-year-old girl slamming her to the ground in her bathing suit
and beating them up too.
There's another video of a cop like yanking a woman out of her car. Of course, we all know what happened to Sandra Bland. So it's like, it's terrifying because you really, as a citizen, become like, you have no rights, you have no way to protect yourself. The only way you can protect yourself is to think about how to de-escalate a situation with a person who's supposed to be trained to de-escalate situations, but they are inciting more, agitation, and it's like they're getting off on it. I listened to a retired officer, Black, he rose in the ranks. I can't remember where his rank was, but he retired, and he was just like, look, I'm not telling you what to do to win the situation. I'm telling you what to do to get home and fight it in court. So it's a good thing that you did whatever you did, Natasha, so that now you have your day to fight it in court. Of course, you're infuriated, you're humiliated. It shouldn't have happened to you, but I'm glad that whatever you did didn't bring it to your name being a hashtag that we're fighting for.
Yeah, because that's how all these things start. They always start off with like these little trivial situations. Like even in Sandra Bland's
Now, hold on. Avia, have you ever had an interaction with a police officer?
The only time I've had one that I could think of is like an official one was when I got robbed when I moved into my very first apartment as an adult, when I moved to Jersey City, and they stole my laptop, and I had to call the police, and they filed a police report. And it wasn't a bad situation. It wasn't anything to write home about, but that was like the only instance I had. And
so hold on. When you called the police and they came out regarding your laptop and everything, you just filed the report and
I filed the report. I mean, I ended up finding out who.
I mean, was he professional? Did he have an attitude?
No, they were professional and they did like.
Oh, you got light skin privilege.
I know you ain't talking. I know you ain't talking.
I will say most interactions I've had with police.
Huh?
I was just gonna say most interactions I've had with police, I would say 90%, have not been horrible. But it doesn't take You know what I mean? It just takes that one time when you're literally not even doing anything. You're caught off guard.
Right.
And that can happen to anybody at any time.
The Breonna Taylor story hits me so close to home because I actually was in my apartment minding my own business. This is when I lived uptown, and police knocked on my door. They were at the wrong address. It was some other apartment in my building. They were looking for someone else. So they came to my door, and I looked through my peephole. I opened the door, and I backed up, threw myself on the ground, started rolling around.
What?
And I started acting like stop, drop, and roll, like I was on fire. And they were like, ma'am, what are you doing?
What were you doing?
Because I didn't know what was going on. I was just like, I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to be shot. I'm going to stop, drop, and roll like I'm on fire.
Any sudden movements, they'll probably hurt you because they don't know what you're about to do.
Listen,
that's
I distracted them. They were so distracted, they didn't know what the hell I was doing.
They forgot to pull their gun out.
But Natasha, I'm just glad you're okay, and that
good luck on your case.
That whole situation.
Who job bless, no man can curse. Okay, we're gonna win that case.
You got this.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna pray over you.
Thank you.
Hey, if you need some bail money, let us know.
It's a virtual court date because I can't even go into the courtroom.
Bail money for a $400 ticket.
Right.
I'm not paying
looking like
$20. Girl, you should have saved up all that money you gave out to the homeless people for this bail money.
I will never plead guilty to public drinking. I was not public.
You better go back to those stairs and reclaim those coins.
Reclaim.
Nah.
Reclaim
I'm
your
like
donation.
Johnny with this. Don't worry, ladies. Don't worry.
Let's sign off.
Political parties.
Everybody.
Oh, we're signing off. I was gonna say, did y'all like how Kamala came up into the Brandy and Monica versus battle to say,
"Oh my God, we didn't even talk about that."
I'm not gonna comment on that.
That was very interesting.
I'm not gonna comment.
Why you didn't like that? Joe Biden was in the chat too.
Yeah.
So was Michelle
Listen,
Obama.
Kamala knew where the black people were going to be.
Kamala,
she showed up and showed out. She was ready. She's like, I'm getting y'all votes, whether you like it or not.
And that was a hard video too. That was interesting.
Yes.
I think that
Brandy
was positive. What do you think?
But
I think she was secretly going for
what? What'd you say?
What you say?
Who was she
going
for?
She was going for Brandy.
You think? Oh, because she's from California.
Brandy?
Well, she probably don't even know who Monica is.
Yeah, she probably don't. But let's sign off.
I love you, Monica. I don't mean it like that.
Monica gonna come after you.
I love Monica.
I
love you,
campaign for prison reform. Monica's out there campaigning for prison reform to get C Murder out. So
absolutely,
right. She needs Brandy's help too. She's like, I would love that. Yeah.
I hope Brandy is serious about that too.
The only way they're gonna become friends.
About prison reform.
C Murder out.
Let me tell you,
he would change his name. Why is
Brandy is low key.
Before we sign off, this is what needs to happen. Brandy needs to hit up Ray J. Ray J needs to hit up Kim K. Kim needs to get C Murder out of jail, and boom, Brandy and Monica become friends.
It's already done. Kim already on it.
And Kim need to get Kanye to get on his meds.
Brandy is low key responsible for the whole Kardashian empire. Kim used to organize her closets.
Bam.
Do your research.
I think that
she used to clean closets. She used to clean a black person's closet.
Yes. On that note, this is Queens Row. All right. You can see me at JQ Comedy on all your socials.
It's your girl D Woods. Catch me on all the social media platforms. Your girl D Woods.
It's the only Avia THE only AVIAU KNOW. That's my IG. I also have a Mixie Girl IG as well. Just kidding. But I guess I probably should create one.
Okay. All right, you guys can catch me at the Weave Whisperer on IG. You know, We're doing things. We're pole dancing. We're having a good time. So,
nice. All right. Good night. Bye.